Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Laura A Music Corner. I am back with a new music reaction. I will be doing a first time reaction to Tommy Johansson's music cover for Gary Moore's song, The Loner. Now, I know two people have requested for me to do this reaction, so I'm going to take the one that requested it first. So sorry, you know who you are. So Morgan Carlson 960 requested this reaction for me to do the loner. I never heard this song. It will definitely be my first time reacting, and my lighting looks a little weird is because it's almost sunset. It's about 6:28 p.m. So I'm recording this. So my lighting's gonna fluctuate as the sun sets to the west. So anyway, so I'll be gladly doing this reaction for you guys. So sit back, relax, and enjoy The Loner, um, Gary Moore cover by Tommy Johansson. Let's get to it. I loved it. I loved it. Let me tell you guys something. Um, a lot of you guys don't know, but I enjoy listening to a lot of instrumental metal music. Now, I don't always, like I don't like to display that stuff on the channel because, most people will find it boring. And I really enjoy this stuff because of the fact that it just sets you in such amazing mood. I mean, especially with me, like a lot of times a lot of you don't know, I suffer with a lot of things emotionally that, you know, I'm in a better state in mind these days. And, but when I'm feeling in my moments that I feeling stressed, I will put on instrumental music. It doesn't matter what genre. It could be from Duran Duran. I will also do, quite a few of the Nightwish instrumental music because it transports my mood into different elevations of a journey that it's not here. And just listening to this, it really soothe that savage beast. Like when I don't, well, a lot of you might be younger than me, but the people who are in your 50s will remember, especially here in the States, we used to have the Looney Tunes when Bugs Bunny um will play certain music and then you got that one particular like gorilla that wants to attack him, but when he hears the music, it's like it puts him in a good mood and he starts swaying. So that's how I felt at this moment, like I'm swaying back and forth, enjoying the music. And just to hear Tommy playing this, I mean, I don't know Gary Moore's original song. Like I said, I'm not gonna jump into Gary Moore's music on Spotify yet, but just to hear Tommy's interpretation of Gary's song, you can tell the intimacy that he has when it comes to playing the music of Gary. He You can tell he's become so intimate, and it's not just learning the chords correctly, but you can hear the emotion through it. And when it comes to Tommy, that's why I've been enjoying listening to a lot of the music that he has done. He might not get certain chords correctly on certain songs, but just to hear the passion that he has for the music, it doesn't matter what genre, it doesn't matter, the artist. You can hear the passion that he has for for the music that he has grown up with. And just to hear him doing this cover, you can see and feel the intimacy of the music. And that's how I felt. I felt like I was sitting there hanging out in his hotel room and just sitting there in front of him and just listening to him play, just playing, not saying two words, not saying hi, hey, what's going on, nothing, just zoning out in the moment and just feeling the emotion through his music as he's playing. And that's how I felt at this moment watching, the different clips of him playing live, playing, in the arena as they're preparing for the concerts. You can see the intimacy that he is going through in those moments, even though they're filming him for the particular video. But just playing the song, you can see the intimacy of him. It's almost like he's bearing his soul right now in front of everyone, and you're just getting a glimpse of how he's feeling at that moment. I'm gonna do is take it back. I will stop along the way and give you my breakdown of the parts of the song I really enjoy. I just love that beginning part. It, I mean, it transported me at that moment. Um, and I'm gonna say this in all sincerity. It transported me back into an era like in the 80s when you are losing your loved one. You are losing pretty much the love of your life. And just hearing those chords being played, it's almost like you're feeling the loneliness and emptiness of your surroundings. And that's how I felt at that moment as I'm listening to Tommy playing this particular first part of the piece. It's just like it's almost like I was transported into a world that he is living in at currently. But he might not live it. I mean, I'm just interpreting the music currently and just how I feel. It felt very alone, very solitude, and it just feeling the emotions of emptiness. It does feel very bluesy. It does feel very, very bluesy, and but it's so relaxing. Just immersing myself into the song. It's just like it's so relaxing. It's just like, oof, like I'm ready to like go on take a walk and just enjoying the sunset. And as I'm hearing the song, just enjoying the warmth of the air and just relaxing. And that's how I'm feeling right now as I'm listening to him. And it was a very good touch as he did like a far away like singing like almost like he's echoing his voice in the background. And I just love that. That was like a perfect touch because it just sets like a certain mood at that moment. And just hearing him doing that throughout the song, it just adds a good touch to the song. You see, like this, like pinnacle of the song, I really loved it because it's just like you could hear the intensity of the emotion, like you could hear it through these chords, but then you hear Tommy like echoing in the background, but sounding almost louder, and just adding the like it was like almost climatic um between both. And it's just like I felt my heart like almost tightening, but almost like it wants to burst. And that's how I was feeling at this moment, just listening both moments of the song. It's just like I felt like my heart was about to burst for him. was like really beautifully done towards the end because he not only that you hear him the haunting calls, but like he maintained that bluesy sound. And it, like, to me, I found it very relaxing. It was very enjoyable, and just to just immerse yourself into that ending is just like really perfect. And you could see throughout the different clips of him, like it's it's almost like he takes advantage, and I noticed it too when he recently Tommy recently put up a clip, like he did a small reel, and like it, to me it seems like he takes those little bits of break by himself. It's almost like he's regenerating his mind, you know? So I just find it very interesting how he is able to do that every so often, like just to show those little vulnerable parts of him that he is just needs that little time out just to get his mind in sync. And yeah, so I just quite enjoy watching the different moments throughout this whole video. That was awesome. That was awesome. There was nothing I can say any different. You know, he really gets in touch with the blues, and you could tell he feels it. He feels it in his heart. I mean, I'm impressed for a white man. He can play the blues very well. But I think, like I said, he feels the passion of the music, and it's really showing there. And it's good to see the different aspects of Tommy and what he really enjoys sharing with all these covers, because it gives you a sense of like how rounded he is as an individual, as an artist, how he is able to really immerse himself and not afraid to get out of his comfort zone when it comes to playing any type of music, and even creating it with Majestica, because like I had said various times, quite a few times with the different reactions that I've done so far, the last few reactions I've done so far, that you can hear the influences that they all have when it comes to their music history, and how they're just melting their influences into their songs. So it's just really good to hear that he is not afraid. They're not afraid to, challenge the different sounds. And so I just can't wait to see how he evolves as Tommy, maybe at some point in the future, doing a solo album that is not doing covers, and as well as continuing with Majestica, hearing the immense of talent that they all love and share when it comes to creating music. And so I just can't wait to see that interaction happening throughout his evolution as Tommy Johansson. So yeah, that is pretty much it. So guys, that is the end of my reaction. If you guys like this reaction, you guys know what to do. If you are new to the channel, you are very much welcome to subscribe. Yeah, so more Tommy reactions in the future. I mean, so far I got still a lot to go. So, even though if I take mini breaks here and there, doesn't mean I've forgotten. So it's gonna be ongoing. So thank you again for tuning in to my channel, and I hope to see you guys soon on the next music reaction at Laura A Music Corner. Have a good evening, day. I'll see you then.